All right, Hurricane Ian is now strengthening in the Caribbean as it now nears the Florida coast. We'll have the very latest updates. That's straight ahead tonight. And crime in Democratic cities and towns is going from bad to worse. Look at your screen. You just heard Tucker, the Philadelphia Wawa ransacked. Almost, 100 people. We'll show you the full tape in the aftermath. And for Pennsylvania Senate candidate John Fetterman, his struggles are now getting downright disturbing. Here's just a small sample from over the weekend. Take a look.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
I think he meant the Steelers. I'm just guessing. Now, tonight we have learned actor Alec Baldwin is now facing the real threat of criminal charges and an indictment. The latest developments coming up. But first, tonight, Democrats are more desperate, 43 days away from this election than ever, to distract from Joe Biden's failures as their midterm warning signs, they are flashing brighter and brighter hour after hour. Americans of all walks of life, they are increasingly rejecting the destructive Democratic socialist agenda. Americans are rejecting their radical open borders ideology. They are rejecting their extreme Green New Deal socialism, their false utopia, their climate alarmist religious cult, and all that agenda entails. Americans in record numbers are rejecting this defund, dismantle, no cash bail that they've adopted. The coddling of criminals, it's a disaster. Americans are rejecting their student loan bailout. They're rejecting their reckless spending and out of control 41-year high inflation lunacy, all preventable. They are rejecting their never-ending obsession with all things January 6 and Donald Trump and the politics of personal destruction. And that is the reason why tonight Democrats are desperate to demonize, slander, smear, besmirch any Republican at all costs and try and hide their own extremism on abortion, on borders, on energy. And by the way, they are imploding in terms of popularity with the American people. So we'll start tonight. Let me ask you a very simple, basic, fundamental question, similar to the question Ronald Reagan asked in 1984 for re-election. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Are you better off now than you were before Joe Biden took office? It's that simple. Are you better off under rising inflation? Are you better off under rising crime? Are you better off under rising gas prices? Are you better off under your sinking 401ks and IRAs? Is there one single thing that Joe Biden has done to make your life better, your family's life better? Can you name a single thing? If this midterm election is a referendum on Joe Biden, the Democrats, they are doomed. But don't take my word for it. Listen to Circle Back Jen Psaki yesterday.
I think that Democrats, if the election is about who is the most extreme, as we saw, Kevin McCarthy touch on there with Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'll say her name, sitting over his left side, then they're going to win. If it is a referendum on the president, they will lose, and they know that. They also know that crime is a huge vulnerability for Democrats. I would say one of the biggest vulnerabilities.
If it is a referendum on the president, they will lose. Jen Psaki said that. And, of course, Biden's failures are the reason that Democrats continue to double down on their left-wing smear tactics, their baseless attacks against conservatives all across the country, because that's all they've got. They have done nothing to improve the lives of the American people, frankly, just the opposite. These policies, this socialism, New Green Dealism, it is crushing the American people, the poor, the working class, especially them and people on fixed incomes. Here's Hillary Clinton actually comparing Trump supporters to Nazis. She's certainly not celebrating any legislative success or policy success of Joe Biden. Take a look.
I remember as a young student, trying to figure out how did people get basically drawn in by Hitler. How did that happen? And I'd watch newsreels and I'd see this guy standing up there ranting and raving and people shouting and raising their arms. I thought, what's happened to these people? Why did they believe that? You saw the rally in Ohio the other night. Trump is there ranting and raving for more than an hour, and you have these rows of young men with their arms raised. I thought, what is going on?
Irredeemable deplorables, bitter Americans clinging to their God, guns, Bibles, and religion. The smelly Walmart shoppers that vote for Trump. But it's just like I've been telling you. Democrats cannot run on their failed record. They can't run on any accomplishments. So instead, they go all in on the same things pretty much every day. MAGA Republicans, Donald Trump, all while the American people continue to be clobbered by their policies. Inflation. Look at this. According to the Heritage Foundation, the average American household is now paying $7,200 more per year since Joe Biden became your president. Add that to violent crime that is now plaguing Democratic-run cities from coast to coast, setting one record after another. Don't buy any of this, Democratic election year conversion on crime and violence. Crime is getting worse. And yes, it was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Democratic socialists. They're the ones to blame. For example, look at your screen. Over the weekend, Philadelphia area, Wawa, police say about 100 juveniles ransacked the place, damaging the store, stealing numerous items in just the latest display of absolute lawlessness. What happened to any of them? Nothing. In New York City, we're seeing more devastating effects of their soft pro-criminal prosecutors like Alvin Bragg. We're also learning tonight that a man accused of raping his teenage relative secured a sweetheart plea deal from Bragg and then allegedly sexually assaulted 5 more people 1 month later. This is what a pro-criminal agenda looks like. Coddling criminals, turning villains into victims and victims into villains. Under Democratic rule, hardworking American families all across the country see crime rising to record numbers, costs are up, quality of life down, and we have shown you the tragic stories in one city after another. But the Biden White House, they won't even give a straight answer on whether Biden thinks that American cities are safe, because they know it's their own policies that are fueling the crime surge in city after city. But the good news is this. House Republicans, led by Kevin McCarthy, he outlined all of this on Friday right here on this show. They are pushing back, not just with attacking Democrats, they are putting their stated promises and commitments in writing, and they'll all sign it, unveiling their commitments to America agenda. In other words, offering real solutions to undo the damage that has been done in 20 months by this destructive Democratic Socialist Party. Look at your screen. The agenda is divided into 4 major categories: an economy that is strong, a nation that is safe, a future that is built on freedom, and a government that is accountable. So what does it all mean? It means fixing inflation, stopping the reckless spending, securing Biden's broken border, ending our dependence on China for supply chains, products, restoring American energy independence. I would add we should become energy dominant, stopping the flow of fentanyl and opioids pouring into our country, bolstering parental rights in school. Yeah, parents actually have a say in their kids' education. Choice in education should come back, and restoring security and safety so people can pursue happiness in every town and every city all across this country. Now, these are the issues at the top of voters' minds. Look at key states like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wisconsin, Nevada, Florida, Georgia. In 43 days, you will get the final say. That's the good news tonight. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.